Welcome back to our channel, Legends Leaving. We have compiled a list of legendary actors who have passed away today, and we have included it in this memorial video. Those legendary figures who, although having made some kind of contribution to their respective works, have regrettably passed away today. To the family and all the fans, my condolences. May you go to rest. If you would like to show your love and affection for us, we would appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We'll be discussing unfortunate updates regarding former mayor of Carmel by the C. Clint Eastwood. 8. Bill Arthur, a cherished voice in rugby league commentary, was a significant figure in the sports broadcasting world. He began his career with Sky Sports in the early 1990s, becoming known for his in-depth knowledge of the game and his distinctive commentary style. Arthur's passion for rugby league was evident in every broadcast, earning him a devoted following among fans. Over the years, he covered numerous major tournaments, bringing the excitement of the sport to millions of viewers. His contributions to rugby league were not limited to commentary. Arthur was also an advocate for the sport, often participating in community events and supporting grassroots rugby. Born and raised in the heartland of rugby league, Arthur's love for the game developed early. He played at an amateur level before transitioning to journalism and eventually finding his niche in broadcasting. His ability to convey the nuances of the game and his genuine enthusiasm made him a beloved figure in the sports community. Arthur's legacy includes not only his commentary, but also his efforts to promote and develop rugby league at all levels. Tragically, Bill Arthur passed away on July 24, 2024. His death marked the end of an era for many rugby league fans who had grown accustomed to his voice, guiding them through the highs and lows of the sport. Arthur's passing was met with an outpouring of tributes from colleagues, players, and fans alike, highlighting his impact on the sport and the people who loved it. His contributions to rugby league will be remembered and cherished, ensuring his legacy lives on in the hearts of many. 7. Tracie Brennan, a longtime executive at Roker Entertainment, made a lasting impact on the TV business with her many years of experience and new ideas. Brennan, who was born in 1960, became a famous person at Roker Entertainment because she loved reading and sharing stories. There, she helped make a lot of different TV shows. Over the course of several decades, she was known for having a great sense of who was talented and how to bring interesting stories to the big screen. Brennan's work changed the way daytime TV was made, and many beloved shows would not have been successful without her guidance and vision. A lot of great things happened during her time at Roker Entertainment. Brennan worked closely on a number of successful projects which helped the company build a name for producing high-quality work. Her co-workers admired how hard she worked, how creative she was, and how committed she was to always doing her best. She was a role model for many people and was always happy to share her knowledge and help the next crop of TV professionals. Brennan's impact went beyond her professional achievements. She was known for having a warm personality and making the workplace a good place to work where people could work together and help each other. The sad news is that Tracie Brennan died on July 27, 2024, at the age of 64. People in the TV industry were saddened by her death, and many paid tribute to her amazing work and the positive effects she had on their lives. Friends, co-workers, and fans recognized her not only for what she did at work, but also for how kind and generous she was. Brennan's legacy lives on through the many successful programs she helped make and the lasting effect she made on everyone who worked with her. 6. English blues and rock singer, songwriter, and producer John Mayall was in the Hall of Fame. He started John Mayall and the Blues Breakers in the 1960s. The band is known for having influential members and making important additions to the blues and blues rock genres. Mayall was a very skilled artist who could play many instruments. He was good at playing the guitar, harmonica, and keyboards. His career lasted for almost 70 years, making him one of the oldest musicians still working today. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2024 when he was 90 years old. He was given this honor for his musical greatness. Mayall had a huge effect on British blues music and is often called its godfather. Mayall was born on November 29, 1933 in Macclesfield, Cheshire, and grew up in Chittleholme. American blues pioneers like Lee Belly and Albert Ammons had an impact on his music. He taught himself how to play a number of instruments and tried to make a living as a musician while also working as an art designer. Mael moved to London in 1963 after serving in Korea and bought his first electric guitar in Japan. He then turned his hobby into a full-time job as a musician and later designed the covers for his albums. In his early musical careers, he was in the Powerhouse Four and the Blues Syndicate, which led to his work with the Blues Breakers. At the end of 1963, Mael's band, the Blues Breakers, started playing at the Marquise Club. This was the start of an important period in his career. The band had a rotating lineup that included famous players like Eric Clapton. They made important music and had a lot of success. Mael worked with many acts, put on famous shows, and made important contributions to blues music over the course of his career. The album Along for the Ride from 2001 and the Unite for UNICEF show with Eric Clapton and Mick Taylor in 2003 are two of the best. Mael broke up the Blues Breakers in November 2008 so he could focus on his solo work. This led to a successful world tour and more records. John Mael, the Blues Crusader, his biography published in 2015, went into great detail about his work. His autobiography, Blues from Laurel Canyon, My Life as a Bluesman, published in 2019, went into even more detail about his life and legacy. Even though Mael had personal losses like a terrible house fire in 1979, he continued to have an impact on the blues scene. Long-term illness made things worse for him, and he died at home in California on July 22, 2024. His death marks the end of an age in blues music. He left behind a rich legacy that will continue to shape the style. 5. Shannon Doherty was a famous American actress who played important parts on TV and in movies. Doherty was born in Memphis, Tennessee. She got her start in show business early on, playing Jenny Wilder on Little House on the Prairie from 1982 to 1983 and Maggie Moline in Girls Just Want to Have Fun in 1985. Her roles as Chris Witherspoon in Our House, which ran from 1986 to 1988, and Heather Duke in Heathers, which came out in 1989, made her even more well-known as a versatile actor. Doherty became well-known for her roles as Brenda Walsh in Beverly Hills, 900, Two-Toe, 1990 to 1994, 2008 to 2009, 2019, and Prue Halliwell in Charmed, 1998 to 2001. Dobbs and Fortress 2021 was her last movie part. Shannon Doherty was born in Memphis on April 12, 1971. She was raised in the Southern Baptist faith of her mother. She had Irish and Native American roots. But as a guest star in 1982, Doherty was on Michael Landon's shows Voyagers and Father Murphy. This led to her regular part as Jenny Wilder on Little House on the Prairie. She did voice work for the cartoon movie The Secret of an IMH and was in the TV shows Magnum P.I. and Airwolf. In 1984, she was nominated for the Youth in Film Awards for Best Young Actress. Doherty was in the 1985 movie Girls Just Want to Have Fun with Helen Hunt and Sarah Jessica Parker. From 1986 to 1988, she played Chris Witherspoon on Our House and was nominated for several Young Artist Awards. In 1988, she got a big break in the dark comedy Heathers, but it was her part as Brenda Walsh in Beverly Hills 921 Hell that made her famous all over the world. In 1991 and 1992, Doherty was nominated for a Young Artist Award. After 4 years, she quit the show in 1994. As part of his work, Doherty posed for Playboy in 1993 and 1994, and again in 2003. She kept making movies for TV, but she also had a small role in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and was the lead in Kevin Smith's Mallrats 1995. In 1998, she joined Charmed as Prue Halliwell and directed a few episodes before leaving in 2001 because she was said to be having problems with her co-star Alyssa Milano. Even so, Doherty was nominated for a Saturn Award in 1999 and 2000 for her part on Charmed. In 2004, Doherty was named one of the 50 most evil women in prime time by E! In 2007, AOL named her character Prue Halliwell the 10th best witch in TV history. In 2003, she was the host of the sci-fi station Scare Tactics, and from 2004 to 2005, she was the lead in the TV show North Shore. Doherty made and acted in the reality show Breaking Up with Shannon Doherty in 2006. Besides that, she was in the British show Bow in the US in 2006. He played lead roles in Kiss Me Deadly, A Jacob Keane Assignment, and the holiday movie Christmas Caper in 2007. She started a production business called No Apologies to work on a TV drama. On Entertainment Weekly's list of the 100 best TV icons in 2007, Doherty came in at number 96. In 2008, she joined the cast of 9210, the spin-off of Beverly Hills 9210, and played Brenda Walsh again in several episodes. Later in his career, Doherty had lead roles in the independent film Burning Palms 2010 and the Sci-Fi Channel film The Lost Treasure of the Grand Canyon 2008. She was on Dancing with the Stars in 2010, but she was the first person to be kicked off. In the cartoon web series Mari Carey 2010, she did the voices of both Mari and Carey. In 2011, she was on the reality show Shannon Says, which followed her and Kurt Iswarenko as they got ready for their wedding. Doherty switched roles in 2012 and started Speaking for Education Connection. She also played Brenda Walsh on The New Normal. In 2015, she appeared with Holly Marie Combs on the television show Off the Map with Shannon and Holly. Doherty was cast in the TV show Heathers, but because it had some dark themes, it was delayed and only showed in some places. Her part as Brenda Walsh was brought back for VH9 in 2019, and she was in the movie Undateable John in 2019. Doherty had problems in her personal life, like being married more than once and fighting breast cancer in public after being discovered in 2015. Even though she had a lot of care, her cancer came back and reached stage 4 by 2020. In 2023, it spread to her brain. Shannon Doherty died on July 13, 2024. She was a strong woman who gave many great acts. Shelley Alexis Duvall, born on July 7, 1949 in Fort Worth, Texas, was an acclaimed American actress celebrated for her distinctive performances and collaborations with renowned director Robert Altman. Duvall's unique presence and ability to portray eccentric characters made her a standout in the film industry. She first gained attention in the 1970s with Altman-directed films such as Brewster McCloud, McCabe, Mrs. Miller Thieves Like Us in Nashville. Her role as the whimsical olive oil in Altman's Popeye further cemented her status as a versatile and memorable actress. Duvall's most iconic performance came in 1980 when she starred as Wendy Torrance in Stanley Kubrick's horror masterpiece, The Shining, opposite Jack Nicholson. Her portrayal of the terrified yet resilient wife earned critical acclaim and remains a landmark in her career. Throughout her career, Duvall received several accolades, including nominations for a British Academy Film Award and 2 Primetime Emmy Awards for her work in television. She was also the creative force behind the beloved children's series Fairy Tale Theater, which showcased her talent as a producer and storyteller. Despite stepping away from the spotlight in the late 1990s, Duvall's contributions to film and television have left a lasting impact on audiences in the entertainment industry. Shelley Duvall passed away on July 11, 2024, aged 75 years, leaving behind a legacy of unforgettable performances and a unique mark on cinematic history. 3. George Robert Newhart was a famous American actor and comedian who was known for speaking slowly and in a deadpan way. Newhart began as a stand-up comedian and then moved on to acting. He won 3 Grammys, an Emmy, a Golden Globe, and the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor in 2002, among other awards. In 1960, Newart's record, The Button-Down Mind of Bob Newhart, made him famous. It was a big hit and went to the top of the Billboard Pop Record chart. The Button-Down Mind Strikes Back was another hit for him. Both records were at the top of the Billboard charts at the same time. In 1961, he led The Bob Newhart Show. From 1972 to 1978, he played Robert Hartley on the same name show. And from 1982 to 1990, he played Dick Loud on Newhart. Newhart has also been in movies like Catch 22 1970 and Out 1997 and Elf 2003. He played Bernard in Disney's The Rescuers movies. He won a Primetime Emmy for his role as Professor Proton on The Big Bang Theory from 2013 to 2018. Newhart popularized 9Ed one-sided phone talks in his comedy, but he gave credit to other comedians who used this style before him. King Kong, the driving instructor, and Abe Lincoln V's. Madison Avenue were some of the acts he did. From 1963 to 2017, Newhart was married to Virginia Lillian Ginny Quinn. They had 4 children and 10 grandkids. They were very religious Catholics. Ginny passed away in the year 2023. The film Bob and Don, A Love Story, showed how close Newhart was to Don Rickles as a friend. Newhart was hospitalized in 1985 for secondary polycythemia because he smoked a lot. He later quit. He died at home in Los Angeles on July 18, 2024, at the age of 94, after getting sick a few times and getting sick again. Newhart is remembered as a great comedian with a unique style and classic jokes that will always be funny. 2. Sarah Gibson was a famous American pianist and songwriter who was born on May 21, 1986, and died on July 14, 2024. She was dedicated to making new music. Together with pianist and composer Thomas Kotcheff, she started the piano duo Hocket, major bands in the U.S. and Europe have played her music. Gibson was born in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and grew up in Roswell, Georgia. It was there that she became interested in music at a young age and started taking piano lessons when she was 7 years old. She played the piano and keyboards for the Atlanta Symphony Youth Orchestra when she was a teenager. She went to college and got a bachelor's degree in 2008 in both piano playing and music composition from the Indiana University School of Music. At the University of Southern California, she continued her education. In 2010 and 2015, she earned a master's degree in writing and a doctorate. During her career, she worked as an assistant director for the Los Angeles Philharmonic Composer Fellowship Program. She worked as an assistant professor of music theory at California State University and the Long Beach Bob Cole Conservatory of Music, where she also led the New Music Ensemble and worked with director Andrew Norman. Gibson has been a part of the Pianosphere's New Music Group for many years and was named a featured artist in 2019. She did a lot of shows in the U.S. and Europe, and Hocket played at well-known events like the MATA Festival in New York City, the Los Angeles Philharmonic, the 8th Blackbird Creative Lab, and the Other Minds Festival will all be open from noon to midnight. Gibson was commissioned to write music by the League of American Orchestras, the Toulmin Foundation, Tanglewood Music Center, Aspen Music Festival and School, and the Seattle Symphony, among others. She wrote a piece for baritone and tongue drum that was released by Reese and Erler. During the 2001-819 season, she was the Los Angeles Chamber Orchestra's sound investment composer. Gibson's piano concerto for the left hand won the University of Southern California's competition for new orchestral music. She played the lead part in it. Her piece, Soak Stain for Ensemble, was performed by the Grossman Ensemble in Chicago on May 19, 2023. It was based on the art of Helen Frankenthaler. She got ideas for her musical piece, Warp, and weft from Miriam Shapiro's art. It was played in Glasgow on March 8, 2024 by the BBC Scottish Symphony Orchestra, led by Gemma New. It will be played by the BBC Philharmonic, with Anja Bielmeyer conducting. At the world premiere of her piece, Beyond the Beyond, was also planned for this show. It was inspired by the hope, pain, fear, and joy of becoming a mother. Gibson got married to Aaron Fullerton in 2014, and they have a son together. She died at her Los Angeles home on July 14, 2024, after a long fight with colon cancer. She was 38 years old. Gibson won the Victor Herbert Award from the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers and the Marion Richter American Music Composition Award from the National Federation of Music Clubs. He was also praised by the American Composers Orchestra Underwood New Music Readings. The Percussive Arts Society also gave her a prize for her work. Her contributions to the area of new music are still praised by both friends and colleagues. Country music star Lauren Alana was born on November 8, 1994 in Rossville, Georgia. Her full name is Lauren Alana Christine Sudeth. People know her for her strong voice and honest songs, after coming in second place on the 10th season of American Idol. In 2011, she became known all over the country. It brought her a lot of attention and helped her start a great music career. Wildflower, Alana's first album, which came out in 2011, showed off her amazing singing and strong ability to make people feel things through her music. Her next record, Road Less Traveled, which came out in 2017, solidified her place in the country music business. It got good reviews and put her in the running for a number of awards. Many people have said nice things about Alaina's songs because they are honest and easy to connect to. Her writing is often based on her own experiences. She tours a lot and plays at big events in places all over the country. She has a lot of loyal fans. People love her in country music because she is so lively on stage and gets along so well with her fans. After her father, J.J. Sudduth, died on July 23rd, 2024, Lauren Alaina said she would not be able to go to any of her new shows. This was a sad turn of events. Being there for Alaina and supporting her always made a big difference in her life and work. He died, which made Alaina very sad, so she took some time off to cry and be with her family during this hard time. Fans and other artists have shown their support and sorrow since hearing about the death of her father. They said they could see why she decided to put the health of her family first. Clint Eastwood, the famous actor and director, has had a busy personal life in addition to his successful work. In the past, he was married to Maggie Johnson and then to Dina Ruiz. Maggie Johnson was Eastwood's first wife. They got married in 1953. Before they split up in 1984, they had 2 kids together, Kyle and Allison. Maggie didn't spend much time in the public eye and instead focused on her family and her own hobbies. Maggie and Clint kept a friendly relationship even after they broke up, stressing their shared dedication to their children. His second wife, Dina Ruiz, married him in 1996. Dina, who used to be a TV news reporter, brought her own fame to the marriage. Their daughter Morgan was born, and because Dina was in the news a lot, so was their relationship. Dina made a big difference in Eastwood's life while they were together. She was known for being lively and involved in many social activities, but they had problems in their marriage, and in 2013, they split up. Dina Ruiz Eastwood died on July 27, 2024, which was a sad turn of events. Her death was a sad event in Clint Eastwood's life, and friends and coworkers who admired her work and spirit paid tribute to her. When Dina died, it was a big loss for her family and for people who knew her through her work in the media and her charity work. She left a lasting effect on everyone who knew her through the changes she made in her personal and professional life. Death of Dina Ruiz is a sad part of Clint Eastwood's life that shows the personal problems the famous actor has had to deal with. People still talk about how lively she was and how much she did for her family and the community as a whole, despite her death.